In a world of 3D printing, there is nothing more annoying than one thing. It's not your printer's noise. It's not the filament dryness. It's one single thing. This frickin' line. Hello everybody, today I want to talk about 7 ways to get better looking 3D prints. These are just some small tips that help me get better looking 3D prints, and I hope they might help you. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Calibrating your filaments. Most printers nowadays are calibrated quite well towards PLA and PETG, but if you're using some specialty filaments like TPU, it's well worth it to tune your machine towards that filament. If you're using Orca Slicer, this is very easy. Just run the VFA test, pressure advance test, flow rate calibration test, and retraction test. And if you're using Bamboo Slicer, I recommend you just run the flow dynamics calibration test and playing around a little bit with the numbers like retraction and so on. Number 2, slowing down your prints. But don't just slow them down a little or slow them down by 50%. No, slow them down to 50 millimeters per second or less, like super slow. Most of the time I found it makes for very consistent lines and very sharp corners. Number 3, trying to fix the whole line with geometry. Let me show you an example. Here we have the initial model at the Z height where the geometries change. There are a lot of these lines. And a lot of them are quite easy to get rid of, or at least sort of hide and trick that they're not there by adding geometry that will hide it. So for example, here in the bottom there are a few lines, and those can easily be hidden by having a chamfer that rounds out into a fillet. And in addition, you can see that there are lines here. Every time the geometry changes, there are lines. So there's an overhang here and a hole, and the color of the lines and the thickness sort of changes a little bit in between these. And the easiest way to honestly hide this in my testing isn't playing around with a bunch of slicer settings or doing a bunch of things. Just add walls to the geometry. So basically, wherever you see the whole line, you can add some geometry that hides it, like a pattern or just making a thicker area, however you want to solve the issue. My next recommendation is changing the wall sequence. Now, a lot of people online seem to say this is the ultimate way to get the perfect print quality. In my experiences, the change from this is quite minor, but certain models it might benefit a lot on. So for example, default wall sequence is first inner wall, then outer wall, and if you change the wall sequence to first inner, then outer, then inner again, then you usually get a little bit better quality on the outer walls because they don't touch the middle walls while they're printing. Next, let's get on to my favorite way to get better print quality. This might be obvious to some of you guys, but it's simply changing the color and changing the filament. So some filaments and some colors, like this one for example, it's just PLA and it's white, and it really shows all of the defects, all of the whole lines, all of the streaks. It's not my favorite to use. Now for example, using this matte black PLA, looks really nice, and most prints look absolutely fantastic. So my recommendation is use filaments with fillers, matte filaments, or carbon fiber filaments. And my 2 favorites here are the matte PLA from Bamboo Labs or any carbon fiber filled PETG, and dark filaments. White filaments show all of the defects, while dark filaments tend to show way less defect. And number 6, choosing the right layer height for your scenario. The default layer height is 0.2 millimeters, but in my opinion 0.16 millimeters is a little bit better and still doesn't have all of the defects that the smaller layer heights like 0.1 or 0.08 millimeters have. And sometimes they even prefer the look of the 0.8 millimeter nozzle. The thick lines can look very nice. And my last recommendation for having a bit better quality prints is, instead of putting all prints onto one print bed and printing them all at the same time, I recommend changing the setting in the slicer from printing by layer to printing by object. So the printing sequence changes to object, and then each object prints individually instead of printing all at once. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you guys a nice day. Bye!